What has iPhones got to do with the mind or consciousness, you may ask? There is a link which I will explain shortly. For those who just want to know the technicalities of why one should not necessarily buy an iPhone. One of the big drawbacks of an iPhone is its fixed storage. That means you are unable to expand its storage space. Unlike, say, a Samsung mobile phone, where you can, when your storage is low, you can simply buy a $20 micro SD storage card and insert it into the phone yourself. That usually will double your storage space. A lot of people will argue that you are able to use cloud storage, which is space on the internet given for free. Yes, that is true, but you cannot use this cloud space to install applications such as WhatsApp. This cloud storage space is used to store photos or files. The next drawback is that you get data on and off the mobile phone that makes it more complicated than simply just plugging a phone into a laptop and copying files, which can easily be done on a non-iPhone. The third drawback is that the accessories are so much more expensive, and the iPhone itself is usually 2 to 3 times the price of a similar non-iPhone. The fourth drawback is that you cannot have more than one SIM card in the phone. I have seen people carrying 2 iPhones, one for work and one for personal use. Yet they could have just simply bought a, say for example, a Samsung mobile phone which takes 2 SIM cards, which would give them 2 separate phone numbers. So they would only have one physical phone with 2 phone numbers rather than having to buy 2 separate iPhones. There are many more drawbacks with the iPhone, which I won't go into right now, as I need to also talk about how all this is linked to the mind. But I will mention that Apple has been caught slowing the older iPhones down with the new iOS software updates, so people go out to buy a new iPhone. A lot of people buy iPhones because other people have bought one. I have spoken to many people and asked what iPhone they have, and they simply say, I have an iPhone, but I do not know which one it is. So this begs the question, why did you buy the phone if you don't know which one it is? People are just not thinking for themselves. Our minds have been hijacked by large companies, and we go on spending loads of money on their products just because we like to follow the crowd. We need to stop and think what we need and why we are making any decision. Our minds have become the masters and we have become the slaves to our 5 senses, which is not good for our spirit, our being, or consciousness. We go on buying things, not just iPhones, but other things too, just to keep up with other people. We want to buy the most expensive items, not because we need them, but just because we think it will enable us to fit in. It will make us feel more important and special. This is just all the mind making us slaves as we think we are the mind. We have never questioned the mind, so we know no better. We don't know who or what we are. We just simply follow the mind, which uses the five senses for gratification, and then we suffer in the long run. This is why we are all on a roller coaster of ups and downs every day. Do things for yourself for the right reasons, not just because of other people. In order to be notified of my next video, please remember to hit the subscribe button just below, and also remember to turn on notifications.